Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I want to introduce you to one of my latest kits. It's called Timeless Heritage, and this kit is more of a masculine kit, and it has a lot of vintage pages, and I'm actually loving it. I've been working with a lot of really pretty soft pinks and just a lot of bright colors, and so now I really felt like I was ready to move on to something a little bit different, although I'll probably still be working with, pinks and all the shabby chic colors. But I wanted to make a card for Father's Day. And so I already had some of this kit already done, because a lot of times I'll work on kits kind of throughout the year. And if I don't finish them, I finish them later. So this is what I came up with, and I'm going to show you guys the kit. It's a really huge kit. It's 27, I believe it's 27 pages, and it has, or 27 printables. So these are the different printables. This is like a collage. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this image. Okay, so these are all the papers. And then we also have ephemera. And I have the tag. I have a couple, this tag kit, and I also have this tag kit. And I already cut these out so I can start working with them right away. Okay, so for this one, I actually have two sizes in this. So this could be used, you can cut each one out separately, and they can be layered with a photo. These could be used, you can actually write on them with like a white gel pen. That I think that is such a cool idea. Or you can use these to make a little mini journal, or like a passport journal with these. So I added 2 of them per page. But I love the way they look. And you can technically, you can go into all kinds of directions with this. I can't wait to use that. You can even use it as a card, okay? Okay, so here's some more ephemera, and I have some sentiments on here. And then I have some vintage photos. I think these are so cool. I like this image with the chairs. I mean, I think it's really interesting, and it's funny because to me, when I see a chair, I think of like position, power, and to me that's really like a manly thing. Like a lot of times there's always kind of like a struggle to get to a certain position, and I think that's a very masculine thing. Anyway, so that's why I included that. That's just a little bit of the background behind my thoughts for this image. But I think that you can use this in all kinds of different ways. I mean, the chairs can also represent like the different people in your life and what roles they play, or it can also represent resting, because when you sit down, you're resting. So I love that image. It's a vintage image, and I think it's so cool. I just think you can take it into a lot of different directions. Okay, and then I have some more vintage images. How cool is the road? I love using like a photo of a road in my journals and in my printables. I use them a lot because they have so much meaning. I think that whenever I see like the road, it can represent like your life and your choices, or where you're going. It can just have so much meaning and depth there. So that's why I had to include that there. There's a picture of what looks like a dad, a mom, and then she's holding the little baby. And I think that is such a cool picture. And she's waiting on some luggage. So it looks like they're moving maybe, or traveling. So I think that is a really cool image. And then of course, I love having and using like a car in my vintage journals, especially for a masculine journal. I just love old cards. I think they're really cool. And then there's this image with, it looks like it's a filming crew, and I think that is so cool. Okay, and then I have some more. These are framed images, and they're all just vintage images of some men. And then, of course, I had to have some envelopes, especially since we're making a card. And then on this side, I actually printed one of the collages on the back of the envelope. And I think we're going to start with this one. Okay, I wanted to actually bring in a few masculine pieces and show you guys some ideas, but I'll share these with you guys towards the end. I have some inspirational pieces that are just more vintage and masculine, so if you're looking for that kind of inspiration, I'll kind of go through a few of those at the end. Okay, so we're gonna start by cutting this out. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a tip. When you're cutting things out, at least with my digitals, what I do is I cut on the inside. So I will cut part of the envelope out so that I don't get any of the white background in here. That just makes it easier for me. So sometimes I will have like a black outline on my printable, and that's the black outline is usually just there to kind of help you see the line that you want to cut out better. I hope I'm making sense. So basically, it just makes it easier to cut off a little bit of the image than to be really perfect. And then I think that that will be a little bit more forgiving when you cut it out. Now I'm wondering, should I keep this on the inside or this? I don't know. I kind of was going for this on the outside. Isn't that pretty? I love this. But maybe I should keep it on the inside. Okay, should I keep it this way? Then you open it up and it's darker on the inside, or should I go this way? I think both work. I'm just not sure which one I want to go with. Maybe I'll wait and see how my card looks with it. So maybe I'll wait on that. Okay, so now I want to choose a background for my card. And while these are printed actually on, let's see, these are mainly on just standard copy paper. I like to print my, if I make a card, I usually like to print on cardstock, and I have this one on cardstock. Now I wonder if I should go with this one. I also, whenever I go to work with on a project, I also print other kits that are in my shop or that I have that I think would work well with this one. And I'm going to show you guys what I printed because I always like to have a lot of option available to me so that if I'm not sure about which way to go, I have more to pull from, if that makes sense. So I'm going to show you guys a few more. I have, let's see. This is from my Vintage Yesterdays collection. And this would also be good as a backdrop for a card. So I'm going to set that aside here. And look how beautifully they work together. They work so well together. And my my Vintage Yesterdays, I think that's what it's called. It has a lot of great like vintage colors. They all work so well together. See that? So I printed this out as extra ephemera to cut out. And then I have these labels. Some of them have like images on them, but some of them are also blank. So you can actually write out your own sentiment on there. But then I also have some interesting words because I love using words like this in my work, in my journals. And so, like an extraordinary story, isn't that cool? There is night, light, brokenness, hardships, pains of life. This is kind of life's lessons. I have images in this journal with like older people, like an old man and an old lady, and it looks like they went through a hard time. So that's why you will see some of these words like there's light, struggles of life, heartache, paving the way, surviving, bittersweet. So that's why I have some words. They're not all happy words, but I feel like the words that aren't happy, like the harder words and like pains of life, there's always a story there. And there's always some kind of light that, at least I like to think there's some kind of light or some kind of light that can come through, even through like the darkness. So that's kind of my inspiration for these. Okay, so here's some more words. In an instant, a time to remember, keepsakes, a time to keep. And then I have some dates too. These are great for collaging. Okay, this is actually from my most current kit. And then I also printed some lined paper. It actually had some, it didn't print out so good on the edges. So these are actually my, my lined earth tones and lined gradients, okay, for the lined pages. Again, it didn't print so well, but I'm going to be cutting pieces out of this, so it's okay. I'll be able to use like different parts of it and just not the end. Okay, and then I have this. This is also from Vintage Yesterdays, and I thought this would be cool to tear off or cut off, and then you can write or journal your message in the card on that. So that's why I use that, or I cut those out. And then I still have more because if you guys know me, I just love to have options when I'm working. That way I can keep working and I won't have to get up and get more. This is from my antique documents from the Angel collection. And I just love the neutral tones. Okay, I think they work really well with this kit also. So I printed a couple of those. So if you already have this one, this goes good with the Timeless Heritage collection. And then I didn't stop there. I had to print more. I have a marble kit. And how cool is a marble kit? These marble pages with like a masculine kit. I just think it's so beautiful. And these are the pages that I picked out to print. But this is actually a 19-piece kit. And it's vintage. It's a, let's see, 19-piece marble vintage printable. That's what this is called. And I love this. I figured I'm going to print them because even if I don't use these in my cards, but this would be perfect for cards, for like a background. I will want to use this to make some kind of journal with this kit. So I wanted them printed and ready to go. But doesn't that look good? I mean, I just love the way they look together. Look at that. Even this right here. And guys, when I make my kits, I always edit the photos. And I always kind of think about whether I want them to be softer or darker, or the color tones, because the color tones, even if it's black and white or sepia, they will have different tones. And I want them to work really well with the kit so that when you sit down, you can just get to work and there's no, it doesn't look weird like the color tones, if that makes sense. So I love the way they look together. I love that vintage style. Okay, so I'm gonna set these here because I want to use those too. And then I printed these 2 to a page. This is my rich documents. We'll see if I use these or not, but I wanted to have them handy. And then I printed these guys for the marble kit. I printed them 4 to a page, okay, so that I can have them smaller. And I love doing that. This is a great thing to do with digitals because it'll give you journaling cards. It just gives you more options. So if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will get a video out on how to do that. And then I have some background pages also, and these are neutrals. These are great for adding to your card for journaling or writing a message. And then I had to also print out some William Morris wallpaper pages because I think these will work really well with the kit also. And again, these I printed 2 to a page, okay? Instead of 4 to a page, I printed 2 to a page. And then I also printed some of my aesthetic photos. So isn't this cool? I love the clock and I just love these. I think they are very masculine and very vintage, and so they will look really good with this collection also. And then here's another one. Oops. Okay, so where you lead, I will follow. I love that. And going places. And then this is upside down on this side. Words could inspire and make you think anything is possible. I love that about the books. A place full of memories gone by. Okay, and this picture is like this with the camera. Okay, and then I have this one and I made them smaller. And this one, I got it mainly for this. I like the, I thought this would work well, and then these would also work well. Okay, let's move on. Let's get started because I feel like I took a little bit long with that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think maybe I'll go with this one. And here's a really great tip for making cards. If you don't like measuring, like I don't usually like measuring, when you make a card for my envelopes, right? If you just cut or even tear your standard 8.5 by 11 sheet in half, you just need to cut it in half. And that will be the size for your card. Okay, so if you have a background that you love to use, just cut it in half, and then that will be the perfect size to fit. I'm going to set this one aside. That'll be the perfect size for your card. And let me show you guys. Okay, so see how that fits perfect? And there's even a little bit of room around there. See that? Okay, so this could be this is what we can start with. We could have done this too, but I decided to go with that. And let's ink it up first, okay? Because this is a vintage style, and so I don't ink everything up, but I think that this works really well. Kind of that grungier look. More vintage style. It really reminds me of my grandparents. Or my grandpa. Well, both of them, I suppose. But I'm Romanian, so the European look is really, really had a lot of impact on me. And my grandpas, they always dressed like in slacks and button-up shirts. Even at home, like they didn't really wear jeans for a long time. I mean, even though they lived in America, they were always wearing slacks. And so it kind of reminds you of like the 1920s, how everybody wore like suits, basically. That's kind of how they were. They always wore like slacks, button-up shirts, and then they'd also have like the newsboy hat or some kind of hat. And then their coat, they didn't wear coats like normal modern coats. They always wore like the blazers, like the wool blazers, and like a vest and a sweater. Anyway, so that's where a lot of my inspiration for when I think of vintage, it comes from them. Like I always remember my grandparents or my grandfathers. And they even had like the briefcases, and they would like keep their important things in there. And I remember that I got one too when I was a child, and I would keep my cool stuff in there, like whatever was special to me. I actually have 2 of those briefcases even now. Like, I think I have 2 of them. And they're just filled with like bits and pieces of stuff. But kind of like my grandpa's was. And he'd keep his under his bed. And he'd keep letters in there. It always had a bunch of pins. Just all kinds of random stuff. And we'd always ask him to look through it. Be like, Grandpa, can we see your briefcase? Can we see it? And we'd find things in there like cool pens. We'd be like, can I have this? Anyways, yeah, those are my memories. Okay, and they always had a pocket watch. Actually, I think this is one of my grandpa's pocket watch. So that's like what they carried around. That was like, you know, that's what they grew up with and that's what they were used to. So they still like live that type of lifestyle in America even when they came. Anyway, so I think it's cool. I just love it. Oh, and they would also wear like a fedora style hat. I remember when they first came from Romania and we met them at the airport. Both of them actually wore those type of hats. They came at different times, but I just remember. So that must have been the style back then for the men to wear, you know, a fedora. And then later they would wear baseball hats, but they always wore hats. You know, that was the thing. So cool. I love the way this looks. Okay, we'll go this way. Okay. Okay, so we got the beginning of a card. And now, what else do I want to add? Okay, I think I'm going to start with these. So I'm going to cut a few different ones out because that's just how, that's kind of how I work. I like to have my options ready for me. Maybe I'll do this one. We'll see. And maybe I will do this one too. This is great for journaling on it. Okay, so I want some kind of focal point for the... I kind of want to go with the road because I think I'm going to make this card for my husband, actually. Okay, I'm just going to scrunch it up a little bit because I like it to look old. I'm trying to think. I think it should go this way because otherwise it would be a little bit upside down. And it's okay upside down on the back, but I kind of don't want the print to be upside down on the front. Not that it doesn't matter if you don't mind it, but I do. Okay, I have some of this. You know, adding some kind of texture or fabric is always a good idea. You can actually glue it down. I have Fabrifix, my favorite glue, for gluing down paper. Fabric to paper. And so you don't have to stitch it, but gosh, I love stitching. And I think that the details of some stitching is really cool. So maybe I'll stitch it. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I should make some hearts because, you know, it's for him. So I think I will do that. Okay, I have my box with my embroidery thread. And I want to see what kind of thread I want to use for this, okay? I kind of am thinking red would look good, but that's too bright. Maybe I'll go with a burgundy. I love burgundy. I think burgundy is my husband's color. Brown would go good too. Burgundy is like his color. I think it's just a great color and I love when he wears burgundy. Even this would be good. But I'm going to go with burgundy. Brown, black would work also with this whole collection. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize, but this is actually kind of a burgundy color. Okay, so we're going to use this. Now I want to make little hearts. That's kind of my go-to. If you guys have been watching for a while, you'll notice that I love making the little hearts on my ruffles. Although gosh. Should I make ruffles? I mean, this is like... oh, now I'm like I'm thinking maybe this is a masculine thing and I'm adding ruffles. Okay, maybe I shouldn't make ruffles. I don't think he will care, but I do. I'm thinking I don't want to add. This is like something my son would be like, wait, isn't that like girly? But I don't think he cares that much. Let's see, should I add it? I kind of want to add it on this side. I don't know why, but I do. I'm gonna just cut. Maybe I'll just do it right here. I'm gonna make, now I'm thinking, should I make 2 hearts or 4? I don't know. I would do 4 hearts for, because there's 4 of us in our family. And this is a Father's Day card. So usually I like to do 4 hearts, 1 for each member of the family, but like, should I do 2? It's almost like this is the road of our life, and that would be me and my husband. Or should I do 4? I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it, and you don't have to overthink it. You can just, either way is good. I think that the hearts will be really cute. Like a really cute little addition. Even X's would be really cute and a lot more masculine, but I want to go with hearts because I'm making it. And it's kind of like my touch to it for him. Maybe I'll just do a small fold. I don't know. I like the heart and I love the contrast of this color. Isn't that really pretty? Okay, so there we go. I got 4 little hearts. I think that's so cute. Okay. And then we can add it here. Let's see. What else can we add here to make, just to give it something extra? We can use maybe some of this twine. Let's see. Maybe I can just tie this right there. Okay. And I'm going to tie it kind of... Okay, so placement wise, it's nice to have it kind of 2/3 up about. That's just really, it just looks good there. And you'll see that this, it kind of has like a diagonal, like your eye will go here and then it'll kind of go up this way and almost like along the road, if that makes sense. So that's kind of a cool thing to just kind of keep in mind. Okay. Now, what else do I want to add to this? I kind of think I want to add some kind of little trinket right here. Maybe? Let's see what I have. I love these little hearts, but they're not gonna work. They're too like girly or feminine, I think. I don't know. I don't see anything in here. Let's see what else I have. Maybe I can use one of those. Maybe I can use one of these guys. I don't know what. I'm just pulling them out just in case I find something to use with it. But at this point, I feel like I'm not finding anything, so I just might move on. Okay, and then I'll think about it as I work on it. Although there's these, I have these little pieces. Although maybe they got too much gold on them. See that? I don't know. I might need to go look through my grungy bins. I can do a button maybe. That might be cute. Let's see. I think the smaller the better for this piece, since it's kind of a small. That's green. Do I want to do a green one? I kind of like the green one. What if I use one of these? And then I just open it. I basically turn it opposites in the opposite direction. Let's see if it fits now. Okay, here we go. Okay, and this is a button from one of my I think my son's shirt. Let's see what it says. Mossimo. I think it's a Target brand. But that's okay. I don't mind that it's not really vintage because I like the color and I don't mind using it in my husband's. Usually I avoid the ones with words if I'm gonna make like a vintage journal because I like to use my vintage buttons. But for like my journals, I don't mind, honestly. I think it's okay. Okay, so I have this little, I don't like the way it's sitting though. Let's see. Okay, and I have this. Let's see. I'm going to try something a little bit different and see what I think. I'm just going to cut this piece out. And I'm thinking, what if I use that on here? And then I'm thinking to cut this out too. And I actually printed this both sides with this in mind. I don't know how it's going to turn out, so let's just see. Technically, my thought process was just cut this out, glue it down. I can cut that part off too and just write a message. And this is a super simple card you can make, okay? But I just wanted to do something a little bit extra, which I think I just thought it would be fun to do something more. So I thought, what if I cut a little slit there and slide this in, and that way I can have a hidden message inside, but I can also have just a standard message there. Does that make sense? But I'm trying to find my knife, and I didn't find it yet. I think I saw this on Pinterest somewhere. And so I thought I'd try this out. Okay, look what I found. I found my knife. This is so old. This is from when I used to work as a manager. And when we moved, I asked my manager if I can buy some box knives. And so that's where that is from. Okay, so now I just want something to cut it onto, and I think I'll just gonna use this because I don't have my cutting mat here. You can use a book or anything, and normally I would use a ruler, but you know what? I always like to just go with the flow because when I have an idea, I don't want to get up and move, right? Is that just me? Okay, I should... Let's see if that will fit. Okay, isn't that cute? Oh gosh, I love that. Okay, now I think I'm gonna reinforce it with a little bit of tape because if you pull it in and out, you know, we want that to be secure. Okay, I'm just gonna use regular tape because that's what I have on hand. I have my masking tape here too somewhere, but I probably need to clean up my cart and my tables. It's like a constant cleanup deal. For me at least, I feel like I'm always cleaning and I have to probably clean every single day after a crafting session for things to be. Okay, I like this. Okay, now I am gonna glue it down. And you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to glue it down just, I'm gonna leave this flap open so I can tuck more stuff in. So guys, remember you can do this for your journal, right? So I am gluing just on 3 sides and then I'm leaving this section open so I can tuck something else in there if I wanted to, right? Let's just put this down first. Okay. Okay, now I have this. I can tuck in there. You know, I can even trim a little bit off just to make it a little bit better. Okay. Come on, go in. Yeah. Okay, now let's do the cover. I don't know, I feel like this might be a little bit... I'm gonna do something else with the cover. Okay, so basically when I feel like something's not working, like this might have been okay, but it's bothering me. I feel like it's too thick. It doesn't seem to look right. I could have left it, but I just thought, you know what, let me try something else. So I brought this. This is a little bit thinner. It's lighter also. I might want to bring out a darker one, so hold on. So I brought a couple more options. So again, this is how I work. If I feel like something's not working well for me, I like to have different options. So now I have different options. I have a darker brown, I have the gray, and I have this hemp, which is more of a brown color. And I also have this. So now I have 3 different options that I could keep trying out my idea that didn't quite seem to work out. But before we go there, I'm also thinking, what if I layer something out underneath it? Okay, so I brought some of this packaging material because packaging is so cool. I mean, look at that brown color. I think it's really super cool. And I'm going to tear and see how this one works. So that's just what I do. If I don't like something, I like to have options, which is why I have so many digitals, is because I like to have options. Obviously, I love to create them also, but I also like when I have like a vision or I have an idea of something I want to make, I want to make different like variants of it so that when I sit down and create, I can go into different directions, or if I'm kind of stumped, I have enough inspiration to kind of keep me going. So that's my kind of thought process behind, you know, having a lot of supplies. Because then I can go and kind of figure out what I don't like and kind kind of just finalize it or change it up until I'm happy with it. Okay, I'm going to ink this edges. Okay, wrinkle it up just a bit. Again, I love that texture. That is so cute. I love it. Okay, now do I want the thread around both pieces or just one piece? See? You know what? I'm thinking something else now. I'm thinking, what if I do something like that? And instead, what if I just tie it at the top? I feel like I don't want to take away from the image, and by wrapping it up, sometimes I do like to wrap it up, but it might take away too much from it. So I think I'm going to do that instead. And this probably won't fit in my envelope, but that's okay. Because it's just so cute. Isn't that cute? You know what? It's okay because I'm not mailing it, right? And I can just go like this. So it could still be presented like that. Isn't that pretty? I think that is great. Okay. I'm going to glue it down. And I'm not going to go totally flat. Do you see how I'm letting it gap out a little bit? Because my envelope, my card is going to be a little bit dimensional. You can already see how it's thicker. And so that'll be better to have it a little bit, to have a little bit more space in there. See that? Instead of flat. Okay? Okay, now I think I want even more layers. Is there something else I could do? This might not fit. I love this stuff. And I love how the book page, I kind of want it to see the book print. And I like how it's lighter than the original, and so it gives you a little bit of variation. Maybe I'll just add it to this edge here, just to add a bit of interest. I'm gonna ink up the edge just a little bit right there. And let's see, what else do I want to add? I had this here too that I was considering. That might have worked out really well, but I like that, so that's fine. Let's see, do I want to? Maybe I'll use one of these. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Let's see, am I ready for it? Hold on. Let's see what I can do with this maybe. I'm thinking layers. I don't know if it's gonna work here, but I'm gonna try it, okay? And I love this color. I think this is a great color. With the brown. I think it's so pretty. And it feels really fresh and new to me because I've been working with so much pink lately. And so I actually started a blue journal, but I never finished it. Okay, I actually like this. I'm thinking though, what if I do some stitching up here? Go like this. So see how I'm just kind of layering? I'm just gonna glue this down so I can kind of keep it in place. Because I like that. Okay. I like this too here. Or what if I do a staple there? Okay, I did some rusting. I know not everybody loves rusting, but I actually love it, especially for a grungy journal. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys like this style? I know most of my posts have been really feminine and really like soft. Let's see. I hope this is gonna look good because I have no idea. It looks like the little phone towers now. I think that's fine. What should I do? I thought maybe I should have done staples instead. Right there. I like the rust that left behind. How cool is my stapler? I love this stapler. I don't know where I got it from. I might have gotten it from my from the warehouse I worked at like 18 years ago. That might have been where I got it from. Okay, so I have some rusty paper clips. Let's see if they work in here. I hope they do. Let's see. Because that would be cool on here. I think I like that better. There's one. There's two. I'm going to make X's with them, I think. I think that would be cool. 3. Ah, that is so cool. Okay, so I got rusty paper clips here. I like that. Okay, what do you guys think? My desk is getting messy. Okay, so we're not going to go with this one anymore, and I'm totally fine with that because I like this better. Okay, I'm going to add glue now to the back, and I'm not going to glue the clip down because I can have that, I don't mind having that, the option to remove it if I wanted to. Okay, So there's that. Isn't that cute? Do I want a word or do I want this on here somewhere? Okay, then we open it here, and then here, what do we want to do inside? Let's see. I think I want to cut this out. Okay, so if we layer this, I think it will be really cool. How about we use some of this? Okay, and I think I want to use a rusty paper clip again, and I want to add a little bit of this. This just adds a little bit of detail by stapling it right here, like this. It's such an easy way to add a little bit of detail to your page. The staples aren't going through very well, I noticed. Since, I don't know if it's because they're rusted or, I don't know. But you know what, it's gonna be fine. This is probably gonna end up in my journal anyways. So it's fine. See, so we can go like that, like that. What else should we do? You kind of want to do a little bit of collage here, which is why I printed this out so I can have some collage bits and pieces to use. Okay, so what I did with this was I used the stamp and I stamped it and I just inked it up a little bit more. Okay, I kind of grunged it up, and maybe I should glue. Actually, I'm just gonna ink it and distress the back just a little bit. So we can add a little message on the back, and then this can tuck in here. See that? But I think I want to add an eyelet to it. Okay. But what if I add like one of these guys on here? You don't have to, but I like this extra little detail. I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit so you can see it's gonna stick out. Well, it'll stick out just a tad. Okay. We don't want it to stick out too much because I want it to fit into the envelope. Where are my eyelets? Okay, here's some. Maybe I'll use this. I feel like it's rustic. It's a little bit thicker than the other stuff I had, but not too thick. I'm kind of tending to overthink the knot, but a simple knot is fine. Okay, I think that's cute. And now, let's see what else I wanted. I was thinking, what if I do something like this here? Okay, so that you basically have to pull this like this, pull it out, and then it tucks behind these guys. Okay, but maybe I should add a tab on here. See that? That might be actually a good idea. So you have a tab to pull out on. I love all these little pieces. They're working out so great. Okay, so I can have my little message in here. Okay, I'm gonna fold it so that when you open it, you can open it properly. See that? Okay. Now I'm gonna tuck it back inside. It's a little fiddly. Okay, that's okay though. It worked. I think this is a great little idea for a journal too, to use. It's not just for cards. I'm making it more intricate because I want to try it out to use. I want to try the idea out so I can use it in my journals too. I think that's really cool. Okay, so now what I want to glue only the part that doesn't touch that part, right? So that's all I want to glue, but I think I want to staple this together first. I'm going to glue this piece down. Let's see how that looks. I think like that, and then let's hope my rusty stapler will work. Staples will work. Okay, that one's good. I'm gonna do 2. I think that was, yeah, that works. See that? Okay, now I'm gonna glue this down. Okay, and I'm gonna go down so I can pull this out, and then that holds it down. And then at the top, I'm thinking to add this at the top just for some added texture, I think. Oops, I went a little bit heavy there, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna add this on top. I'm gonna cover gallbladder because I don't care about that. See that part? I'm gonna cover that part up. I just want, like, I like to see the torn edges and the book print. I think that's cool. Maybe we can use this here somewhere, but let me show you guys another way you can use these labels. I always make just a bunch of these labels with my tags. I usually have bigger size tags like this in a lot of my kits, okay? And then I also have these different labels, right? Okay, so these labels are really great like this. So you would glue it just on the bottom of the envelope, and then you can tuck this in. I've seen this everywhere. I don't even remember where, but I've seen a lot of people do this, and I think it's such a great idea. I love it. So I thought I'd show you guys that, but since this one's gonna stick out because of my little clip, I'm not gonna be closing it, so I won't use this right now. Okay, but let's see what we are gonna do. I'm going to add a little bit of something. Some distressing and some stamping. Okay, what else can we do? I love this. I love that I can write in there. I love this tuck spot right here. So technically speaking, you can add something in there, right? And like this can go in here, right? Let's see, what else was I going to do? I think we can do that. I'm just trying to think how I want to collage this on here. I love this one so much. I have to use that somewhere. Maybe I'll use it there. I need some glue. Technically, this can be another tuck spot. You could tuck something in here. I can't tell which one's upside down. Let's see. Okay, it's like this. I love the little stamps. Also, you can technically add another tag in here. See that? That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm folding up the paper a little bit. I'm trying to wrinkle it up. I think it's a little bit too flat. I need more dimension in here, right? Like that. Let's see. I had something else I wanted to use. Oh, it's in my lap. There we go. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I think I want to cut it out. Okay, so this could be definitely used like this, but I think I just want to cut it. I forgot to tie that. I think I like that. Or we can do this. I can't decide. Maybe I'll do this part. Just leave it simple. And I'm adding this little piece right here because if I leave it like this, this feels a bit empty. I don't mind empty space, but I have to have, I like balance also, so, okay. Okay, so there we have it. I have this piece where we can write on. We can do a bit of journaling. You know, I can tuck something in here also. Let's see, what do I want to tuck in there? It can be just something small like this. I'm not sure right now, but I think I'm just gonna call it a done project. I might add a little photo in here. That might be cute of my husband with our kids. And so then this tucks in here. This comes out, right? Oops, it gets a little bit stuck because of the glue. I should have waited a little bit, but I hate waiting, actually. And then I have this tag too. See that? And then we can write on the back also, or we can add a photo on the back. And after I glue this down, if I need a little bit more room and I feel like it's stuck too much, what I do is I grab my scissor and I will just try to make some room in there so that it glides in easier. So this is just a little tip. You got to be careful, you don't want to tear it. Okay. So there's this little card, and I think it's so cute. Isn't that cute? And then we can add it to the envelope and see how having it raised like that really helps so much. Technically, you know what you can do? I just thought of this right now. You can just pull that off and add it right there. Isn't that cute? Oh gosh, I love that. Let's see, I could probably add something like this to it. Maybe I'll do this one. This one, there's space for writing, right? So you can write 2 right there. So isn't that cute? I love the way this came out, and I hope you guys did too. Okay, now I'm gonna do a quick, I'm gonna show you guys a few more masculine ideas for like for junk journaling or for making cards. Okay, so I'll start with this one. Look how tiny it is. Isn't it cute? I feel like this is more masculine because of the leather and the key. And this is my little journal. And it just has a few of my favorite things in here. Isn't that cute? It's so tiny. Look how tiny it is. I actually have a full flip through of this on my channel, but I don't think you can tell how tiny it is. Oops, I have this one too. This is of my son when he was like 5 years old. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. And so this just wraps around and then it just tucks in here like that. Okay, so that's one. I have a couple cards I want to show you guys. I made this for my husband some time ago, and let's see, I can't remember how this opens, so oh, it ties. Okay, I love the stitching. I haven't looked at this in forever. Okay, the envelope is actually a stitched it's stitched to paper. It's fabric stitched to paper. And here's the little card that I made it. Okay, I'm not gonna open it, but isn't that cute? Okay, so that's one of them. Okay, here's another card. And this is just a flat card, so you can use this as a page topper in a journal. And I have this printable with the image with the bow, and I also have the ticket printable. And then I use some cardboard underneath, some layers of cardstock, and then this is just some coffee dyed fabric. So this would be a really great card also. Then I have this one. And this is more like a little mini journal that I made. Okay, and all the digitals that I used, I will actually link them below, but I made all the digitals and they're in my Etsy shop. Okay, so this is a quick little journal. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, here's another piece that I made. And again, I used some cardboard for that and some fabric. And then this is the printable. And then I have this one. This is also a little mini journal. And again, it's like a card, but I tied in the paper signatures into what is like the card, right? And so I have like the verses. Okay, and then I have this one. I love these. Okay, so these kind of go together. See how they're nautical? And I have some grungy looking digital kits with the nautical theme, but I also have just a nautical, like a seaside theme. Okay, then I have this. This was a journal that was like a notebook journal, right? And I just did this collage on here, and this was my husband when he was young, and he played the accordion in Romania. Okay, and then I have this little mini journal. Again, I had to like kind of think about how I want to make something more masculine. This was for my son when he was maybe 3 or 4 years old. Okay, so I used a tag from a clothing item. He loved science stuff, so I printed some science memes and I tucked them in, and then he drew that. So I just included it. He didn't want me to add to it, so I didn't. I just left it as it was, and then he felt like it was too childish for him to use it. So we just have it like this for now. I used this bubble wrap because he loved bubble wrap, and I thought it would be a really fun thing to have in his little journal. This is, he always made up little, he always said the cutest things. So I wrote something down that he said, inventing involves taking risks, and you never know what will turn up. And that's our little family. And then this was from one of his, I think his baby clothes. So I just tucked it in there because I loved how it just worked in here. And then I have some tickets that I cut out. And then like this is from one of his shirts that he outgrew. And then I have some pieces in here. He loved the cheetah and the different animals, so I included some photos of animals in his journal. And then this is a little map that he made. That's pretty cute. Oh gosh. This is from the time when we lived in a cabin, I think, by the lake, and that's what this was. And there is like different streets and a lot of trees. I think this is the lake, if I'm not mistaken. So cute. I love it. Okay, so those were just a few different ideas for some more masculine style type of journals or cards. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this little craft with me. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.